Welcome to the Temple of Flame. On today, Faith Block Lights, we take a look at this. And what this is the Cackalacky Spice Nuts. So Cackalacky has a pretty pronounced array of products. The Spice Nuts is Fighting Name Serious Nuts. Extra large seasoned peanuts. It's made with the Cackalacky pepper sauce, secret spices. So I did pick up a bottle of the Cackalacky pepper sauce as well to see what that's all about. You can keep your eye on the blog. A link to that is available in the description below if you are ever interested in checking that out. Written reviews. So the blog is only for written reviews of hot sauces. I only do hot sauces on the blog. And usually the written review will show up before, it's always before actually, the video. And it could be, there's usually a gap in there, but the gap varies somewhat. So anyway, if you're interested, follow the link in the description below to the blog. So we have spice extractive and natural flavor. And the sauce itself is unnamed red peppers. To me, it's kind of looking like maybe a Cajun or possibly a Louisiana style sauce. I don't know that for sure. That I have not, as of the moment, had it. But we've got the extractors, we've got the natural flavor. So there could be some extract in here. And this seemed like something that was kind of interesting. So I got some. Let's have a look here. Extremely well coated nuts. Wow. Yeah, they are very, very, very coated. Okay, nice. Well, I guess the thing to do is just to get on into it then. Look at how coated that is, though. Very nice flavor here. I like this. It reminded me a bit of the regular ass kicking flavoring system. It is not as hot as those nuts tend to be, though. Yeah, extremely moderate heat. We have the usual Cajun spices here. Pepper, garlic, probably some onion. Salt, of course. Vinegar powder. I'm not it's secret. Shh. It's secret. So I don't know the exact spices. It's the usual sort of Cajun-y spices, though. This is out of Pittsburgh, not to be confused with Pittsburgh. But Pittsburgh, North Carolina. I don't know where that is. Never heard of it. Didn't know it existed until right now. It is very, very tame though. You know, a lot of the pepper, a lot of the garlic. A lot of the onion powder. I could do with less of that actually. So we're not going to attempt to go for a burn here. There is no burn to be had. There's no real heat here. Like I said though, they're extremely well coated. Like they did a good job with those. Flavor wise, to be flatly honest, I prefer the ass kicking. Even though, you know, ass kicking is fairly mass market. I still think they put out some decent to really good stuff. I don't think I've ever had anything from them that I consider outright bad. Or at least nothing's coming to mind. Yeah, I mean, so if you get a spiced mug, right? A spiced mug of mead or apple cider, you're not expecting that to be pepper hot. And this is really more in line with that. There is a lot of black pepper here though. I do like that. Yeah, I mean they're kind of salt and peppery nuts almost there. With the onion and garlic. I think essentially they're just Cajun style nuts for the most part. And if you consider those sorts of things hot, then you might consider these a little bit hot as well. To me, I've been eating these for a while now. I have yet to run across anything that I consider heat. So, well, one more spoonful and we'll call it good. Let's see if we can get some really coated ones. It's interesting, there's ridges in this can, but they're only on the inside. Is this double walled? No. There's a lot slider on the outside. Or at least it seems that way. Alright, well. Cackalacky spiced nuts. I'm a bit concerned now for the Cackalacky pepper sauce. And I know that dry seasonings don't translate to liquid on a one-to-one basis, but yeah, there's no heat here. Flavor wise, if you like the Cajun style, and you want it to run more towards oniony, well, oniony. Garlic is there, but it's definitely a bit more slanted towards onion. Another major reason that I prefer the ass kicking, if I'm honest. But you might like those better then if that is more your jam. It honestly isn't for me, as I've noted throughout this entire video series and on the blog more times than I can name. They seemed really interesting though, and I think they were for the most part. There are 2 pepper sauces actually. One of them is the regular one, which is the one I got. There is the sort of super hot version where they do the really strange to me thing of adding in Reapers and also adding in extract. I don't know why you do that, but they did. I probably will not be partaking of that one unless I really like the regular sauce. Extract has a way of fouling things, as all of us here in the chili head community are well versed in by this point. So, okay, so flavor-wise, I think they're just okay. They're fine. I don't have a problem with these. I will eat through this entire can. No problem at all. I don't think I would ever be inclined to get them again, though, because I was really hoping for more heat. And there is none. So heat-wise, not existent. Flavor-wise, they're... I mean, I think it is kind of their take on it, and, you know, fine. That's fine. I don't have any issue with that. They taste acceptable. They're okay. They're not bad by any means, but I don't know that I would call them good either. I would just call them fine. They're okayish. They're acceptable. I don't mean to damn them with faint praise. I seem sometimes I catch myself doing that quite a bit, but honestly, a lot of stuff sort of resides in that middle area. And the 2 polar extremes are, bell curve, right? We've all seen the bell curve. In fact, if you go to my end of the year post on the blog for 2023, I actually graphed out all the sauces I had done to that point to see where I already knew it was a bell curve, but I wanted to see where it skewed. And you can see the results of that. They're a little bit out of date by the time this video is up now, because there's been a lot more sauces since then. But since like 2021, I want to say, the median, the fixed middle point, the median point, has remained right around 4.62-ish since 2022 onward. It has not shifted hardly, like it's very, very minimal, if it shifted at all in the time since then, which I think is really kind of interesting. It's just kind of the way stuff shakes out, I think, a lot of the time. And I think it applies actually for the most part to nearly everything as well. So, but anyway, that aside, I mean, they're kind of a nice change of pace, I guess. They're fine. Like I said, no heat. Well, I'm very interested now at this point, though, in what the sauce has to offer. So definitely looking forward to that one, which may be posted actually before you see this one, as it turns out. But who knows? Not me as I film this. Stick around and we'll find out together. But we are going to leave it right there. This was the Cackalacky Spiced Nuts. Now go forward in peace to serve the flame.